I think we're gonna have audio now, right? Because I was talking to you guys for a while, but it wasn't active in my streaming software. Do you guys hear me now? Thanks, appreciate that. Cool. So this ocean monument floor you'll see in one of the videos I have to upload yet, but under here, let's make a little hole. There's just a lot of room, and all of this is spawnable space. So when I was clearing this place out, it was terrible. There would be full capacity of mob spawns every night, and I didn't really sleep at night because I didn't want to waste the time, because we're now on day 560 and I just want to get the most out of all days. And what I did here is these are light sources clearly, so they make this place spawn proof and also some places around it, and these are bottom half slabs, so the entire ocean floor is spawn proof. And what I made here a few days ago is a little AFK fish farm, because I needed to get some, what are the little nautilus shells, and this tree is just to make sure that everything here is lit up as well, because since I removed all the spawning spaces, as soon as I leave a place for spawning, it's gonna attract tons and tons of mobs. And because right now nothing's spawning, the guardian farm is doing so well. And if I stand a little bit further away, you're gonna see a bunch of guardians just dropping in there and going through the frying pan. The frying pan has some currents in it, so it's not perfect, which means it kills some of the guardians. And to compensate for that, I removed one layer, but that means that some of them are not in there long enough. So they'll start jumping around in this box. And that's why it's why it makes all the noise. Lad, is that you? It has to be. Okay. I just got a bunch of cats. I don't need them right now, but I brought them in here because I want to have a creeper farm. I don't need all that much gunpowder, but I just want to have a steady supply of rockets. Hey Ollie, welcome to the stream as well. And one important thing with that creeper farm is that I want to be able to turn it off, which is hard with a creeper farm because it just relies on dark spots. So what I'm gonna do is, this is the setup. Cats go in the middle, and then normally you build a very wide roof over it. We're not going to do that here. Actually, I'm going to make a tube that just goes straight down with redstone lamps in the outside, and then 4 pillars along here with redstone circuits, so I can light it up and limit the spawns up. We have a lot of slime going on down there, but I already have enough slime blocks for all the projects I'm gonna do shortly, so I'm just gonna leave them there. Now, what do we do today? I think we're gonna build... Yes, this is what we should do. We should have a board with signs on it stating all the things that I have to get done in the world, because it's a lot. That's a very hard one, and we don't want to... we'll talk about it later, Ollie, after the stream, but I could surely use the help. Noob, welcome to the challenge, or to the channel. I will definitely make a sugarcane farm, Limitless. Just probably a small one, because I don't need a ton of resource, but we have a lot of space here, because it's all the way down to bedrock, so there's going to be a sugarcane farm in there, there's going to be crop farms in there, there's going to be a cobblestone generator, probably a tree farm. Well, Kingsley, actually, Ollie and I have been playing together for a while. He was on the very first online server I was on a few weeks ago. Okay, other thing we need is nautilus shells, which means that we're going to be fishing in the rain. One other thing we need is to get lots and lots of mob heads. So we're going to be hunting during thunderstorms. Then we want to build the pillars. I'm not going to tell you what that is. We have to dig the redstone lines. Not going to tell you what that is. We have to clear the forest, which is pretty straightforward, and I think we're going to do that now. And what else do we want? Have soon. We have to find a coral reef really badly, and that means that we're gonna be loading a lot of chunks, because I did so much flying looking for a coral reef and I haven't found one yet. Because of this thing here, the tree that you're gonna see in a minute, a few seconds, my favorite thing in the game right now, scaffolding. At some point I'm gonna put in a into supermarket. Was a success. I loved it. So this is the start of one of the pillars. Oh, wait, I'm gonna keep the signs on me because I'm gonna think of so many more things that we have to do. We're gonna have to make water gates as well. And I'll show you what those are. Ollie, that's the way to go if you're playing on a server for 12 hours like yesterday. Or if you're just messing about, but as soon as you want to go bigger and go to this size, you're gonna have to organize. It's literally the only way. This is one of the water gates where we're walking now. Here you can go out through here, and since we have a conduit just above it, there's already a beacon pyramid here. It's in the middle of this this pillar. And this is gonna go up and over, and I've been designing some special effects for it, but it's probably gonna take a few weeks till we get there. For now, we have a little bit of daylight left, so I'm gonna fly over to this forest, whatever's left of it. As you can see, this place where I'm flying now, it has a lot of creeper holes, because this is where the hunting grounds are for now, and I don't really care that it's getting destroyed so badly, because eventually I want to terraform it anyway, and probably I'll leave it open for now what I'm gonna build there, because I honestly really don't know. The ideas kind of come while I'm working on the world. Well, Kingsley, it was actually pretty crazy because something unexpected happened. For everybody that wasn't there, the beacon is off center, but it doesn't matter because the pillar is going to go out to the side. Okay, so for everybody who doesn't know, on Saturdays we play a thing called Speedy Saturdays, which is a 12-hour survival world with a specific challenge. And after 12 hours, the world goes into observer mode or spectator mode. Nobody can change anything anymore, and then I make a video for YouTube on Monday. Yesterday we had a challenge where we could only be above ground for the first 60 minutes of the game. After that 60 minutes we went underground and we couldn't come up anymore. Now, I thought, because we're going to be stuck underground, we're just going to work on our base, and it's mostly going to be a creative challenge. It's survival, but a creative challenge still. What happened though is that one of the guys there, his name is Cheese, decided to go on a trip to find the stronghold, and Ollie, who's in chat now, actually joined him, and they went looking for a stronghold underground. So they just made small little holes, or they looked for a ravine, and wherever they had enough place to throw an eye, they did. And they used a few more eyes than you normally would, but eventually they did manage to find a stronghold. And at this point I was pretty set up underground. I had all the gear I wanted. I had a nice looting 3 sword, and I was looking for wither skulls because I thought Ender Dragon is going to be hard, but we can definitely defeat the wither today. Eventually they find the stronghold though, and we go on to defeat the dragon. I think Ollie got an elytra, and we couldn't really use the elytra for anything because we were underground anyway. Except that we could fly around in the nether. So how the server ended up is that I took Ollie's elytra, and later I got another one from Jarno, and I just started flying around the nether with my looting sword looking for gas tears, and we found quite a few. So before the end of the server we managed to kill the dragon 10 times and kill a wither underground. So it was a pretty crazy day. I did not see that coming at all. I had no idea that we're gonna get that far in 12 hours. We didn't even complete the 12 hours, I think. The moment I left after the 10th dragon fight, we were 10 hours and 30 minutes in. That was a ride. Okay, it's gonna be nighttime real soon, so I'm about to head back into base. I'm just gonna chop down one more tree, and then we have to get started on some sort of a nighttime activity because I'm not sleeping. I want to get the most out of my years in this world. I'm just gonna put on my diamond armor as long as I'm outside, just to prevent mobs creeping up on me and getting into trouble. No, I'm thinking about it, Ollie. We're gonna have a debate this week about if it's gonna be 12-hour servers or that we maybe might bring it down to 10 or even 8, because it pretty much does the same. The length of the server is arbitrary. It is however long it is. The only reason I would want to keep it long is that it opens it up for both people in Europe to play a few hours and people in the US to play a few hours. This Hardcore World, Kingsley, is definitely a solo project, and it's gonna stay a solo project up until the point where I die. Because if I die eventually, I imagine I'll open up the world, or maybe I'll open it up through Patreon. There's a lot of options about to do it. At this point, I pretty much intend not to die. Chris, I really don't know. I will find out, because we're gonna build massive projects, and if you look at how much wood is in this floor already, I didn't know I needed it until the moment that I realized I did, and then I just took it and started going, and I even had to get back a few more times. But also, if you look over here, I cleared this entire area out, and I will also clear this entire area out, because I don't want the forest to be there, mostly because I want to be able to go mob hunting. Wait, let me turn around here, you can see something interesting. You see this? It's gonna come up on Optifine in a few seconds. This is what the entire floor of this monument would look like before I spawn-proofed it. And the moment you start forcing out spawns, like blocking them out at many spots, you'll get so much more on the few spots where they can still spawn. So things get really out of hand really quickly. I think we're gonna do a little bit of construction inside. Yeah, true, there's 10 max there, because it's honestly not that many spawning spots, but if we look around, there's gonna be here it's pretty okay. I have a video up in a few days where well, probably a week, maybe a week and a half from now, where I did one of the last caves in this area, and when I went to clear that cave, I will put a mob counter on the video, because I think I found over 100 mobs in a single cave. I really don't know. I think I could do like a few hours of live in a day, like maybe go live for 2-3 hours, do the rest off camera. Circle for the monument is 180 in diameter. Monument is 58, so it's about the same length extra on both sides. Okay, now here I have to be really careful, because this is a place where mobs are gonna spawn in as well. Should bring some lanterns with me. I thought that it would make a nice balance to have like 1/3 of the monument ocean floor monument, and have the rest of the space in the circle. 180, the exact number. But you'll see when I upload the water draining videos how crazy it was, because it was, I think I spent about a week of like full work days pretty much to get it empty. Thanks, Vincent. I appreciate that. I think we're gonna get there though, because the last few days have been so crazy. Put a torch on the wall and place an item frame with an anvil on it. So you put the torch first, and then the item frame goes on the torch basically, like in front of it. This is not going to be the most interesting thing to watch, I realize. Honestly, I didn't even plan to be streaming today, but the last 2 weeks after we did the Speedy Saturday, I was so dead on Sundays. Way too tired. But when I woke up, I was pretty fine, and then I figured, well, today it might actually be a really good day to just figure out how the YouTube Live works. I know, Ollie, it's moving a lot quicker than I was hoping for, but it's cool because at this point it became a little more real this week. Like, okay, this is not something I hope might maybe possibly work in perfect circumstances. No, it actually feels like if I put the work in, I have a solid chance. What I'm doing right now is just making some space to put some essentials in, and I think about putting in auto smelter here, because so far I haven't made one. Welcome back. That wasn't very long at all. That impossible challenge by Funny was really fun. The main thing, if you want to try it for yourself, is try to prevent mobs from spawning. And the video I uploaded, I did it in 4 hours and 12 minutes. I did it again afterwards and got a much better time. But I think I'll only edit the video if it turns out to be the fastest. And I watched Watsy's video. He has a lot more experience speedrunning than I do. And I think he has me beat. I know that 10k is mind blowing. I've been doing this for a month, and we're just gonna hit that today. Okay, it's daytime again, which was kind of what I was waiting for, because I really just want to get a move on with clearing out this forest. I already have a lot of leaves here, but I'll still get some more. Okay, wait, I can answer that question. We have to take a little detour. I'm gonna fly back in here. And then we take a look in this chest. Up to 18 mob heads right now, so it's going well. And if I walk out of here, here on the right, the cave where all the mobs were just now, I left that because it goes into a other underwater ravine. It's a really cool spot, and I'm gonna make some sort of mob head museum in there, which might be what we need all the wood for, but then again it might not be. Last week I was watching a Pixar movie called Coco. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I was I was literally crying like 4 times during this movie. It was amazing. But it's based around the Day of the Dead in Mexico. And I got the inspiration for the mob head museum there. Probably make some Aztec skull in gold blocks. The entrance. I think that would be really cool. If you want to make a crazy world, you gotta go do crazy things. So I think a mob head museum is a crazy thing. Let's do it. Did you see it as well, Chris? Just at home. I was watching it with my girlfriend over Skype. Well, a voice call, but it's a bit of a weird situation because she lives in Moscow, I live in the Netherlands, and because of this Corona situation, we're not able to travel. So we spend a lot of time on the plane, just both doing different things while being in the video call. It's kind of fun. And we made movie night a thing because we gotta do things together. That's nice. But I really look forward to the moment we get to travel again, because I haven't seen her for months now, and it's weird. Oh, if you didn't watch it, I would completely recommend it. It's one of the best things I've seen in a while. Then again, I really like Pixar movies. Not all of them. I was really looking forward to watching Inside Out because I thought it would be super fun, but that one didn't really get me. Watched another one recently. Think what it's called. It's about 2 brothers that get to see their dad, which died a long time ago, for one day. The stream is pixelated to lower the delay, so I have to make a choice. It could improve the quality of the stream, but then it takes some time to render out the images, so you will see it later. No, that's not entirely true, Ollie. It did have an affiliation with Lucasfilms, but it didn't originate from there. A guy who made the company and developed the technology for Pixar used at Lucasfilms for a little while, but he was working on the technology he uses for the animation, which is the main technology now. He was developing it for a university department. Well, actually for himself, but the university enabled it. Then he got a job offer by Lucas. Then later he founded Pixar, I think with Steve Jobs, or they got him involved a little bit later. Not sure if Steve Jobs was there from the start. He was there for a long while. I replied to Ollie, who said Pixar originated from Lucasfilms. Hey there, welcome to the stream. Random knowledge though. I kind of feel like doing something more exciting than chopping wood. So I think if this if it becomes nighttime, we're gonna go to the... No, actually I was gonna say we're gonna go to the Enderman farm to recharge my Elytra, but I realized that I have another one, so I don't need to go. So we're just gonna go into the Nether and look for where I want my Wither skeleton farm to be, because I made a start at one of the fortresses, but then I realized that's a lot of noise. I realized it's very unsuitable. Good question, Chris. Again, I don't really know. I know that I really like leaves for decorating bigger areas later. Kind of finishes off buildings that look a bit still and such. They're also very useful because they're immovable blocks, so you can push them. And sticky pistons don't grab onto them, and slime blocks don't, so they have some useful features. And basically it's one of the resources where I have it now. I have access to a lot of it, and if I just get it now while I'm also getting this wood, I pretty much won't need it for the entire rest of the server. So it's just one of the things where I'm like, okay, let's get it out of the way, and if we have it, we're good for forever. A giant maze for a world where it's just me playing. If we're gonna build a giant maze though, you need so many leaves, and they're actually not all that quick together. You mine them very quickly with the shears, of course, but you need to go around for a long time if you actually want to finish off the trees. So I think at some point we're just gonna have enough. Really? I don't know, but I hope it comes very, very quickly, because right now Optifine 1.15 has the shaders disabled, and I haven't played Minecraft for very long. I actually only got Optifine last week, which, love it, but I haven't seen my work with shaders, and I'm so curious what it looks like if I get a solid water effect going on. I think it can be really nice. And there's a lot of lights going on the bottom of that monument, so probably gonna look interesting too. Oh. I'll show you, Chris. So if I go to options, video settings, it has shaders grayed out for 1.15.2. Can't activate it. It is what it is. It's temporarily offline. I get it back real quick. Oh, no, they actually increased lag a little bit, but not terrible amount. Depends on the shaders, but my PC is quite beefy because I bought it for 3D renders. Okay, I just realized that I don't really want to go to Nether, since the Nether update is this week, so this is the worst moment to discover extra chunks there, because they're not gonna have any new structures, so I'm fighting against that. I just hope we get a thunderstorm. That would be really good. So I think for now, I'm gonna have to do something. Well, I could reset the Nether, but I really... It's a bit of a moral dilemma, and I won't, because I really don't want to mess with my world folders on this hardcore world, because it kind of defeats the purpose of playing hardcore. As soon as you mess with the world folders once, then why not do it again when it matters? I just want to have zero debate about did I mess with the world folder. I think I heard a slime. Let's check it out. Yeah, this is actually the last thing that can spawn here. And there's a lot of slime chunks on this monument floor because it's just huge. But the only places where the big slimes can spawn now are places like here, where you have 3x3 somewhere within these light formations. So I don't get a lot of spawns anymore. There used to be so many. Jacob, because there's a lot of slime chunks here. Because this area is very big. So on the ocean floor, I think I have maybe 10 slime chunks there. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. I think 10 is a lot, but it should be at least 8 or something. So slimes will be spawning there. Now, I made it impossible for the most part, because the most part of this floor is lower half slabs, except for where the lights are and the slabs right next to them, they're top half. So on the top half, if there's a 3x3, there's still room for slimes to spawn. I found this while draining it, by the way. There's a dip rack here, and I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it yet. So for now, I decided to leave it there. But I don't really like the contrast. It's not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. I have to make my mind up. I've been thinking about that, making it whole and even upgrading it. But I don't know yet. I think it's a project for later. I will eventually figure out what I want to do with it. Maybe I should light this place up. Huh? Just to avoid that I get a random creeper explosion on the floor at some point. Hey Zero, welcome. This is the outline for one of the pillars that I just put on the board inside, which I want to make. And it's only one side, so I'm gonna make more of it, and I'll definitely work on it next stream. But before I do that, I made this one without really thinking about it much, and I didn't count it while making. So before I make all the other ones, I have to go up there and count it, but I don't think it's a stream project, so I'll do it off camera and count everything, because I'll just be writing in a notebook. Probably tomorrow. I think I'll be working on the world all week, and I'm just gonna do a lot of streams to test it. And Jacob, to answer your question, I did not loot the chest. There's a treasure map here, but I found a treasure map close by, so it's already gone. I have the Heart of the Sea from there. And I also didn't loot this chest, which has a lot of iron in it. But I have an iron farm, so I really don't care about it. And I'm just gonna leave it for originality's sake, I guess. I kinda like that they're still full. Okay, we're gonna go in here and see if there's any mobs left in that cave. I've been blocking this off, but I don't really know what I want here yet. I think it's kind of nice that this just goes out, and I want to keep it. Open this up. And Chris, after I have a little bit of idea how the stream works, for now what I wanted to do today is just test out how it works for me to do chat and construction at the same time, and it's actually not too bad. Yeah, I kind of enjoy it. Feels like I'm not working on my world by myself. Nice. So for the future streams, I'll plan out a little bit what I want to do. I was expecting this to be more of a cave, but it's actually just open ravine, which is pretty nice. Bainboy, sure I do. Welcome to the first ever Loony Hardcore stream. And thanks for the comments, I appreciate that. This looks a little bit like a cave. Gotta keep an eye on the conduit power. Oh, this is nice. Conduit power should work till above the middle of the ocean monument. This is a nice cave. Okay, dead end here, but this is gonna be a really cool place to build. Appreciate that. I wouldn't say my my content is underrated. I'm quite amazed by the responses so far. It's been a super crazy month to work on this. Yeah, this cave is a really nice find. I like this a lot. Especially because we have the conduit here, so we can just swim around freely. Okay, now these things are scary. This is where bad stuff happens. I'll do the more crazy streams later, Jacob. Right now I just want to make a little bit of progress in the world. Okay, before we go in here, I'm always checking all my gear is what it should be. I have my elytra on slot 1 in my hotbar, which means that if I press 1 here, I can switch it. I have to have my chest plate on. And lighting up caves I do with the sea lanterns, infinite access to them. If we get lucky, this cave ends here. Yes, it does. And the reason that I want this cave to end is that if there's still mobs in here, it means that it's a spawnable space and it will kill the rates of my guardian farm if I leave it. Okay, now here we have mobs because I just heard it. I have to make a choice where we go. You see that we have creepers on either side as well. So what I'll actually do is block this side off for now. You guys hear the sounds in here? Oh my god. Yes, I'm not hyped about this. It's raining zombies. Okay, I have to make absolutely sure that nothing can spawn behind me here. Look at this madness. The reason I'm doing this with my axe is that has smite on it. Okay, the way to go to move here is slowly, really, really slowly. A minigun would be a definite upgrade. I would sign up for that right about now. Plan. This side. That is the scariest thing that can happen. Now the crazy thing, Jacob, is that there's probably not a spawner here. You would imagine, due to how many mobs there are, but the reason that there's such a shit ton is just that I've been lighting everything up, removing all alternative spawning spots. So as soon as the game finds a place where it can spawn monsters, it will spawn legions. Okay, I'm gonna head out because I didn't bring more sea lanterns. I'll go back, get a few more, and then get back in here. But if I don't deal with caves like this, the thing that happens is that there will actually be, as soon as I get close to it, it will spawn full of mobs, which will kill all the efficiency for the mob farms inside of the monument. I kind of have to do this. Okay, daytime. We're multitasking, so I'm getting a bunch of trees as well, but not the leaves this time. I'm gonna go get wood and then go back into that cave as soon as it's night. Because I want to try to use daytime hours for things I don't want to do when it's night. I so approve this minigun idea. Kingsley, I don't want to mess up your math exams, by the way. It's not alright. There's enough leaves. We'll get them later. Let them die. Let them shrivel, turn brown, and fall out of the sky. It's alright. I kind of like math. I liked it in elementary school. And then in university I studied something totally different. And then about a year and a half ago I made a career switch to be a visual artist. And there I needed a lot of math, so I started studying by myself again. Mostly to understand circles and triangles better. Well, no, Ollie, you do not make the rules, so I won't be doing that. Also, nobody has time to get all these saplings. So, I feel very bad for the rainforest, but this is not up to me to fix. Exactly, and we can't be a farming stream. I don't want to be that planting guy. That's enough. Oh wait, gotta get rid of this. Putting leaves and it's unacceptable. This place where we are standing right now is gonna look extremely messy, because this is where I go if I want to get mob heads during thunder. Nice. Okay, that's very cool, but now let's fill this up. Organize after this. I don't care so much about... Whoa, Jacob, that's a lot of experience. Ollie, as soon... No, I didn't touch the jungles. The jungles are fine. I like jungles. But as soon as you see a monkey in any of the trees I'm cutting down, I'll start planting like a madman. I think that's a fair deal. Can we make that work? I feel like we're gonna run into a lot more caves here. Now it's probably gonna be extremely full here again. There is gonna be something up there, which means we need high ground. Biggest risk is this one. Have a creeper climb up above us and drop down. Full iron skelly. Have never seen that. Go in here. Shaft? Oh shit. Okay, having a mine shaft is pretty serious because these places are kind of scary, but they're also where you find god apples. We're just gonna move slowly and think about what we're doing. Light everything up and try to make sure that no mobs can spawn behind us, because that's the biggest thing to watch out for. And in these cases, speed is good. So if we move quicker, we're gonna have a much better time. Okay, so let this area settle the debate about whether or not you need knockback on your sword. I say if you're playing hardcore, yes, you need knockback on your sword. Reason being that it can push a creeper away before it kills you. Also important, know your hotkeys, know which weapon is where, so you're able to get it right away if you need it. Always better safe than sorry, so I'm gonna close this off. Aqua Affinity, I have it, don't really care. I want the gunpowder. Definitely want this music disc, because that is a jam. That is great. And now you're pushing it. 26 years is very, very hard to buy. We're now in the realm of the impossible, which is a cool place to hang out, but it's also full of brown stuff. Be a god apple, be a god apple. Just leave this. Take the name tag. Okay, this is funky. Lots of name tags, but not a god apple. I'm not a big fan of this whole broken ceiling situation, because that's another way to get things to fall on top of me. Minecraft is 11 years old by now, which is, for how well it's doing, it's really old. I think it's still top selling, right? Minecraft? Like top 5? I agree, it's an incredible game. Huh. I want to think about how to go up there. I think I want to mine out so I can see what's there. Yeah, ravines are not a good place to go. I might want to not do that. So I kind of want to, so I'm gonna do this. That arrow. Now I can at least look around the corner. Seems reasonably safe. Thanks, Ollie. Okay, nice enough, I'll take it. It's not gold, but it's still golden. This place sounds crowded. It is. Still sizzling, I do not like the sound. Very nice. Okay. Feel like we're doing well, but gotta stay careful. Biggest concern here is things coming from the top, so I want to know exactly what's where. I don't. I have Elytra on 1 because I'll show you. I'll go back to here where it's safe. If I open up my inventory, point at my chest plate and press 1, it will change with the slot on my hotbar. So it actually allows me to make a very quick escape. I have to take a look at a video before I do the creeper farm, only because I don't know exactly how to keep the cats in place, so I want to double check before I actually do it. Probably do it tomorrow because I just have to watch the video and it's not very urgent because I have all the gunpowder to keep me airborne for a while. Screw you, creeper. Now this place is clear for now, but it's never ever gonna be safe. Unless I tower all the way up and light everything up there. Because now still there's gonna be ledges where creepers can spawn, drop on my head, and that would be the end of the adventure. Because a point blank creeper will still kill me. Hey Mars, welcome. Baby mode is kind of funny. I really like the video, but I'm not gonna play that for a challenge. Because you just type in the win commands and that's it. Which is great for comedy, but not for a challenge. So what I'm still considering is doing the impossible on hardcore mode. Yeah, Chris, I did that. I think I just have to place the cats on the right place, but I think it's also something like fence posts or something else to keep them in place to prevent them from moving at all. So I have to figure that out. It's literally I have to place 3 blocks per layer and it's done. Everything else is already in place. And then I have to make the redstone wiring around it because I want to be able to turn it off by lighting it up with redstone lamps. Which is custom, so I'll have to figure out the wiring, but it can't be all that hard. I've been testing with observers for a little while. I think that's the way to go. I could fix the elytra, but I also have another one in my e-chest, and it has full durability, so I'm not. I'll do it a little bit later. Fix this one. Hello, Zomboy. Okay. No gravel collapse. Speedy Saturday will be online tomorrow. If I finish here for today, I'll start the edit and I'll upload it sometime. I think about 26-27 hours from now it should be online. This is not the smart way to go first. We have a classic mob fest down here. This is great. We had skeletons fighting creepers and they blew each other up. I love when that happens. I'm in the Netherlands actually. It's a pretty big mineshaft. Or at least it's not tiny. See you, Kingsy. Good luck with the math test. Go ace it. Still want to get a gold apple here. This is actually the first time on hardcore that I've been brave enough to go into a mineshaft without like running back every single 2 steps. But I've been playing a lot over the last weeks and I just feel more comfortable with controls. Hey Arno, welcome. We ended up killing the dragon 10 times yesterday. It was quite crazy in the end. I hear a lot of skeletons on this side. Yeah, that's literally more ender dragons than I killed before. Hey Limitless, of course, you were just here. Welcome back. Okay, crazy mold fest coming in because there's a lot of noise going on here. Okay, gotta pay attention here because this is where you can have the creepers fall on your head, so build a little ceiling. Close this off, close this off, go for it. Sports. I love sports in general. I usually don't watch much sports unless it's with friends. But over the last few weeks I've been watching a lot of random basketball on YouTube after I watched Last Dance while I was draining the water. And the thing that interests me most about it is I never paid any attention to the strategic aspect of basketball, and I feel it's very strategic. And these guys are athletes on an incredible level. The things they can do with their bodies is amazing. So that's been my favorite last few weeks. How do we approach this? Okay. I just low-key made a zombie farm. There already is an iron golem farm in my base. It's on top of it. I'll fly in there later. But I actually think about removing it because I have I have a double chest full of iron blocks right now, and I don't like the way it's going to look in the final picture of the base. So I might move it to a different location later. I kind of want to go up here. I also don't want to just climb my way up to find a ton of mobs. Now this is a safe place, this will work. If anybody ever tells you that sea lanterns are hard to get, just tell them to make Guardian Farm and they'll have infinite amounts of them. Which is really great. Hey Scrib, welcome. You made it to the first ever Loony Adventure Hardcore stream. The game is evolving. I'm gonna make a squid farm, but I have to make it somewhere away from the main base because there's too much water in the area. But yes, I definitely need a squid farm, and it's one of the things I'm really looking forward to. But for now, first part of the build that I'm going for, I can do without the Dark Prismarine because it's I consider it an accent block for what I will be making, so I can just put them in later. Just put all the initial structures. And since I'm working with the Prismarine blocks, which are, due to the effectiveness of the Guardian Farm, pretty much infinite, I can just place them and then remove them without having to worry about losing materials. This looks amazing. One flower right in the middle. So how much delay is there on the stream? Do I say things a long time before they show up, or is it doable? How do you feel about it? I think we're out of lanterns almost. Have more? No, I don't think so. Yes, you did. I think his aimbot was not working. 15 seconds. I say 15 seconds is a long time, but I think if I compromise any more of the quality, it's gonna look really poor. And how about the audio quality? Is it much worse than the YouTube videos, or is it kind of okay? Yeah, so Chris, I'll just build it somewhere else. About the mechanics for the squid farm, does it require a river or ocean biome, or can I make water anywhere and it will work? Now I have to find my way out. Might as well take this gold. Don't really care about it all that much, but I don't have a gold farm. And the gold farm is one of the few things where I'm actually scared to build it. Because out of control pigmen, in case of a mistake, might really end me. Okay, water anywhere, that's kind of nice. Sometimes the bat sounds scare me a little bit because they sound a tiny bit like creepers. They take off. Now the question of the day. Is it daytime or nighttime? So are we gonna go back in? Or we're gonna find wood? We're gonna go back in. Very happy with the way that tree turned out. The main function is lighting up the... Oh, look at these guardians falling through. The moment you come in, there's usually like 20 dropping through. So just start spawning in as you're getting into radius. Now we have to do the not so fun task of putting everything in the right place. So guys, we'll have to endure for a moment. But it's essential. Because if I don't do it, everything is gonna be horrible here. $25 gunpowder is actually really helpful. Yeah, I imagine in the as far as the audio, horse upside down. On the chest or somewhere else? Thanks, Yarna. I lost my train of thought. I have no idea what I was talking about a second before. Okay, more lanterns and we go back in. I think the mineshaft is fine because we cleared a lot of it and all of the rest is going to be outside of the spawning area of this monument. We moved quite far. But there was a cave on the other side. I'll probably make a few more trees around. Okay, if the ores are upside down, then it's definitely because of Optifine. That's the only explanation I can think of. Every single time I hope that these guys have Nautilus shells because I need so many. I kind of don't like AFK. Nice! I heard a trident. We got a trident, boy. I already have my trident, but I just want more for the collection because they're rare. I'm not sure about it, Limitless. I really want to do it. But I also really don't. Because the challenge was terrifying as it is, without the hardcore aspect. Because already dying meant that you would lose a lot of progress. And because everything's so much stronger, if I'm gonna play it in hardcore, I will take a lot of extra precautions. Which also means that it's a lot of extra work. So the moment I do mess up, I'm gonna lose hours and hours and I'll have to reset. And I feel like the first part of the challenge, I'm gonna be pretty comfortable because I know what I'm doing enough to make it past that first stage. But that also means that when I mess it up, I'm probably gonna throw away 5 or 6 hours of work. And then you have to have the mindset to reset and do it again. That is crazy. I was absolutely not expecting anything like this to happen. I've been doing this for just over 4 weeks. That's a massive milestone. Okay, that cave was nothing, so I want to go back in here anyway. These kinds of spawning spots are the thing I'm talking about, where the creeper was standing. Because that is barely a spawning spot. It looks like nothing. Andy boy, come here. entire baby zombie. How many creepers did they get there? Now the thing I want to know is those creepers, are they coming from a few blocks around there, or are they coming in from up higher? Because that would be problematic. And I would have to go under it to fix it. Okay, before I move on, I want to get aggro on the baby zombie, and I think I just did. Baby zombie? Where you at? It's too quiet, I don't like it. Because baby zombies are honestly fine, unless they have crazy armor. In case you don't know the dangers, ask Filza. Okay, all good. Limitless, I played on Bedrock before. For a few, I'm gonna say weeks. Maybe 2-3 months. But I still have it installed. I don't plan on going back because I like some of the Java mechanics better. This seems good. Nice. This area around is so cool. All the things we can do there later. Just gotta clean it up real good now. Oh, I'm outside of conduit range right now, which means that we're quite far away from the monument. Because the conduit has a 92 block range around it. I don't really want to stand here. I do want to go. One of those overhangs I don't like again. Well, even if you ask him, he's not sure if it was a great mix or a bad mix because he won so much by losing that world. I get it, Chris. I think it's I think it belongs to you. So Limitless, imagine these were the impossible mode skeletons, and how am I gonna get past a spot like this? The only reason to really deal with it is to avoid them, and you're not gonna be able to do that all game. So the hardcore is gonna be super problematic combination. I'm sure it can be done. It's really not easy. What's your score, Ollie? Look again. Then you already know what time it is. wow. It's big. Give me diamonds somewhere. Well, if he says look again, he must have beat it. I feel like it's quite light in here, but there's still dark spots because I'm spacing too much. I also don't want to put them everywhere. So guys, the score to beat is actually 88 by Weird yesterday. Oh my, creeper. Okay, crazy. Of course you are, Ollie. Go for it. Put the practice in. It's the only way to do anything. If you guys want, I can at some point change it to a difficulty, more difficult setting. So you get the harder ones more often to practice on those. Because I myself keep messing up on the same ones. True. Look at these guys. Legitimately vibing. 3. All right. Yeah, I know it's not there, but it's still, for honor's sake, it's still time to beat. I count it. She has witnesses. I was there when she got it. I think it was 83. And she got a 70 something before that, and also a 66. She's really quite good at it. Okay, sea lantern boys are almost done, I think. Hey Josh, welcome to the stream. The first ever Loony Hardcore stream. I've been clearing out a cave for the last little bit and found a mine shaft. And the reason I'm going there is all of this area is just around my ocean monument, and I want to get rid of all the spawning spaces everywhere in the area, because if I do that, my farm rates will be nuts. And if I don't do that, every time I go near a cave, because there's so few spawning spots, everything will spawn in there, fill up the mob cap, and then my farm is pretty much dead until I get out of range. Still hear some zombies here. I don't know exactly where they are, but I kind of want to find them. Let me do it. More of a cave system. Don't like that. I just shoot the skelly because of this. Always check behind first. I do, Ollie, but the best way to do it, to fix everything, this is not my only pickaxe. I have 2 more with efficiency 5 and breaking 3 in a chest at my base, which don't need fixing. And then I think there's 6 more there that are also broken, but don't even have mending on them yet. And I need to take some time to reorganize all that. And also I want to switch out my Enderman farm for the Guardian farm, which means making an AFK spot down there and making it so that it has experience mode. But to run the experience mode, I have to get hardening potions. So it takes a little bit of preparation to get that Guardian farm up and running completely, so it can be in EXP mode. And I kind of want to make some progress on the building of the world before I go do that. I want to make it look pretty first, and then perfect the technical aspects. So I have solutions for all those things, but they're a little ways down the road. So for now I'm just gonna wear out this pick until it's just about broken, and then I'll take a new one from the base. Only reason no, Josh, I'm afraid not. What you can do though is a thing people call honorary hard mode, which means that it's not legitimately hard mode as in you don't lose your world when you die, but you just decide to never play on it again. And you have to be very, very fair to yourself. Play honorary hard mode or hardcore mode. Otherwise, you're stuck with just hard instead of hardcore, because only Java is the real thing. Oh, I'm out of beacon range, so I actually need to breathe. Shit, this is super cool. Trident, nice. If I actually light up every exit to these caves, you're gonna have all these... Here, go like this. And then there's gonna be all these holes on the ocean floor that I lit up. Kinda like this. Let's see if we already had that one. Upside down shipwreck. Third chest there as well. Why is it so light all of a sudden? It's just big. Wow, we completely doubled back. I think nobody read hate. Everybody was like, probably mean. Oh. Didn't properly spawn proof. This is actually kind of dangerous to walk out to a place and expect that there's nothing there. Definitely was this corner. There. Okay, I think I should get working on that one, but I have to write down the numbers. Oh, I think it was Limitless who asked about the iron farm. It's actually this thing up here. I built it before I started setting up the monument. When I just drained out only the inside of the structure. It has rails in here so the iron golems don't spawn. And this redstone circuit pushes a block, and that block breaks line of sight with the villagers, resetting their aggro. And eventually they see the zombie again. Haven't seen a golem for a while. They spawn in two, which ends up here. And then I make iron blocks and bring them down. Clear my inventory again and go get a little bit more wood. I think I'm done with the cave. I think it's fine. For a moment I thought we had slime in here, which would be really rare. Oh, this one's not done yet. Nice. Josh, what do you mean with completing hardcore? Hey, Tokyo, what do you want me to say? Play this little thing here. Okay, now, not my trick. Learned this from Philza, but this is what we do here. Let's stand here. You see my indicator? You want to face north, line it up, so it goes straight through the middle. Now I did, and then I go back until I see the first pixel, which is here. Then I go straight down. Let's get rid of this guy. I honestly don't think there's there's any such thing as completing my hardcore world. If everything goes well, I'm gonna keep playing it for a long time. I think I actually messed it up. Try again. Align it. Should be it. In here. I would say it should be this one. Apparently it's not. Like a few around it. Or it's deeper than I expected to. Oh wait, you have to come this far out. He has to show some help, yeah. Take that. Take that. The rest doesn't interest me. Byron. That. I really don't know, Josh. The reason I started doing this Minecraft thing is I really like creative projects. So I don't really know of any better game to do that. Minecraft. This thing should be a little bigger still. So let's do that before we count it. I would eventually, if this happens well, kind of fun to play some other time, some other games at stream at some point, just for laughs, not for much else. And then I would probably play Rocket League. And if it's a lucky day, you might see me get angry, which is very, very rare. But Rocket League is one of the few things that can actually do that. But I don't think I'll get angry ever if I'm playing with other people. Playing on a TeamSpeak or something. I never rage with other people. It's just about playing together. Give somebody a hard time because they miss a ball. Hey, welcome. Mod at Minecraft. Yeah, I would love to do it, and we're actually already in the Speedy Saturday chat talking about ideas, what kind of modded versions we can do. So probably will take a few weeks to grow the content a little bit more, and then worth it to look into things like that as well. Because modded Minecraft just opens up a ton of super interesting ideas. I'm probably gonna pronounce it wrong, but Hingsula, Also, welcome to the stream and thanks for your comment early on the video. I really appreciated that. Me too. I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do next Saturday, but it's 100% gonna be something Nether related. Because we have the 116 on Tuesday, which is gonna be really fun. I think the thing should come down from here, so I'm just gonna try out to take a little look. Need a little more distance. I think that's actually really nice. Yeah, I can work with that. Okay, so now I'm gonna make the world's most interesting stream content ever made, because I'm gonna try to land on this thing. Okay, so far so good. That's not the worst. After I land on this thing, see you, Geometry. Later. Thanks for hopping in. Enjoy lunch. After I land on this thing, I'm gonna count my way down because I want to know the numbers. Ah. This is hard. Oh yeah, we can build all sorts of crazy things Saturday because of the pallet. Purple wood. Landed. Stuck the landing. Legendary status. Well, basically average guy status because I had to do it 3 times, but still. Guys, I think we're just about 2 hours on the clock. It's time to end the first stream. Unless you want to see me slowly walk down this tower while writing it in a notebook, but I don't think you want to. So I'll call it a day for now, and I'll start editing a video after I count this stuff, and then probably have some new content for you guys tomorrow, and probably also day after. So new stuff coming during the week. Thanks for checking in. I didn't expect to see people watching on the first one, or as many people, and I kind of enjoyed it. It's fun to do with chat. So I'll see you around. Thanks for watching.